Because the average person just looks at somebody and says, I don't know what it is, this person doesn't feel right, right? Look, they think it's intuition, but most of the time when people say that, oh, that person doesn't feel right, there's something wrong about this person, right? Because you are judging based on past experiences of similarities of people you probably met before that are similar to that, now you're judging.
So, instincts. Trying to understand instincts, just letting things unfold in front of you, and just letting your inner guide you, and head you in whatever direction you're supposed to go in. So, fully trusting your instincts, fully feeling that you're making the right choice, and then it's not the right choice. So.
What do you mean it's not the right choice?
Well, I'm just saying, like, maybe there was I'll give you a perfect, and this is not related to me, but just in general, so you just choose a career path, just to give you an example, and everything is telling you, go on this job interview, you're gonna get this job, you get the job.
Most people, no. Intuition is a very trendy word these days, you know? Mm-hmm. A lot of people talk about intuition, but most people, they're fooling themselves. It's not intuition. It's like, if you think of it, they oh, it feels good, so that's good feeling must be. No, we just explained a different example of how this is, how people perceive it. You know, it's something they're comfortable with that feels good. Something they're uncomfortable with, it doesn't feel good. So how do you call that intuition? That intuition means that your intuition is purely based on your past experiences. It doesn't make any sense. So people get mixed up. Intuition is way greater than how we just feel that, oh, it's just a feeling. Intuition is way higher level than that. So that's why actually when you say that, it's very easily explained. It's because it wasn't their intuition in the first place, you know. They were just, because of past conditioning, because of what they're comfortable with, because of what their, you know, ego preferences, whatever, all of these things playing a role, making them feel that this seems like the path for me, then it's not the path. That's all. I think things like I think one thing is like Rebecca. You can speak to Rebecca about the trip out to Himalayas with Grandmaster. I highly recommend it. Go out there, because Grandmaster can take you out into the mountains. All your thoughts go away. No thoughts. You're just there, just feeling. You'll be more in touch with this than you ever have been before. You know. It's very hard. It's very hard. I mean, we're in the city, and we're like, breathe. Don't think about anything. You know, it's very hard. So when we get in contact with that real higher self, that energy, then we think, oh, well, what was I thinking all this time? Then you recognize it. When you recognize it, everything changes. You know, some of you who were doing the one-to-one sessions, it was like, how can I think somebody asked earlier as well, can you see auras, or how do you see auras, or this type of thing, right? How could I read some of your pain, your personality? I don't know, I haven't heard some of you I didn't even speak to. I know your personality, your traits, your things, you know. How do I know? Because actually it's all clear. I just look and I know, you know. But that, for the average person, is very confusing. Because the average person just looks at somebody and says, I don't know what it is, this person doesn't feel right, right? Look, they think it's intuition, but most of the time when people say that, oh, that person doesn't feel right, there's something wrong about this person, right? Because you are judging based on past experiences of similarities of people you probably met before that are similar to that, now you're judging, right? And you think that's intuition, and that's you. But that's what I'm saying. When you get yourself out into the mountains and you start understanding what that thing is, you no longer get confused, because you know that's not that. You know, that's why it's a whole different thing. Yeah. So I think that's the main issue we have with people's understanding that. So how do we become more aware of it? It's daily practices. You know, I don't know how many of you actually practice yoga here. Yoga is a way of life. It's not a stretch. It's not just a physical movement. It's a way of life. You know, when you get deep into it, it's a daily thing. You become more aware of every part of life. You know, so things like that can help. Deep breath in and out.